Hi, my name is Brandon Long, and this is Swiper. Swiper is a 2D top-down game that is played on a mobile platform. In Swiper, the player plays a thief that is looking for a big score. And what is a bigger score than to steal the royal family jewels? To do this, the player will use their finger to draw lines along corridors to sneak past patrols and swipe door keys from unsuspecting guards by tracing shapes that pop up for a successful pickpocket. The objective of Swiper is to sneak past the guards and patrols from the street level all the way up to the top of the keep undetected to get access to the royal vault. Once inside the keep, there will be both patrolling and stationary guards that the player must avoid. In addition to the guards, there will also be locked doors that block the thief's path from progressing to the next chamber. The player will need to swipe a key from an unsuspecting guard to move forwards. If the player is successful in avoiding the guards and swiping keys, they will find themselves in the royal vaults where they will find the jewels. Players will need to rely on cunning and strategy. The thief will only have a limited number of action points per level that are required to move and perform actions, so the player will have to strategize how they will approach each level. There will be a number indicator located at the end of a swipe move or swipe action that will display how many action points will be required to perform that length of a move and or action. The greater the distance in one go, the more action points required. A swipe action will cost a player 2 action points each time a swipe action is performed. Action points will not be returned to the player for failed swipe attempts. Obtaining a chest will provide the player with 10 extra action points. Players will have time to plan their routes and adjust them on the move because the patrol's routes for that turn will be highlighted for the player and they will not move until the player has committed to the route they have drawn. This gives the player time to formulate how to best approach a guard from behind and swipe their key or sneak into the next chamber where a chest of valuables may be located. When attempting to swipe a guard's key, open a chest or door, or put the light out, the player will need to perform a swipe action. To do this, the player will move within range of the object or guard they wish to perform a swipe action. An outline of a randomly assigned shape or design will appear in a pop-up, and the player will need to trace the object as quickly and accurately as possible to perform a successful swipe. If, however, the player does not trace the shape quick enough or correctly, the guard will notice the player and the level will restart. Once the key is swiped, the player can proceed to stealthily make their way past the door where they will draw a circle around to open it. Only guards with a key icon above their head will be in possession of door keys. The player will need to keep an eye out for these guards as they plan their route through the corridors. Swiper has similar mechanics to games such as Card Thief, where players must plan their moves strategically to get past guards undetected and make their way to the treasure with a limited number of action points. Swiper is different in that the player will have various routes and methods to choose from to get past the patrolling guards that roam the area. Similarly, Swiper has elements that are like the mechanics in games like Wizards Unite, where players attempt to cast spells by tracing the outlines of shapes quickly and accurately. Swiper utilizes this similar mechanic to expand on the use of the player swiping their finger across the screen as the control method of the game. It provides another element of challenge to the game to successfully move on to further levels of the game with increasing difficulty. Risks. One of the risks to the development of this game is the inexperience of developers to implement a touch-based control system. It will require substantial research by the development team to successfully implement this mechanic that the game is designed around. Time is another risk. Implementing the touch-based mechanic for movement and to perform actions will take some time to develop effectively and efficiently. Swiping your way to the royal vaults won't be easy, but the challenge will be worth the prize in the end. My name is Brandon Long, and this is Swiper.